Good morning, I'm Denver Police Chief Ron Thomas, here to provide a brief update on an officer-involved shooting that occurred approximately 2 o'clock this morning in the area of 19th and Market. What I understand is that there were several officers in the area managing Lodo outcrowd, and one of the officers was flagged down by an individual reporting to him that there was a man near a vehicle with a gun inside the parking lot at 19th and Market. The officer responded to that location and approached a vehicle that matched the description of the one described. He saw a party standing next to that vehicle. He challenged that individual, asked to see his hands, and at that point the individual produced a firearm in a threatening manner. The officer did fire one shot, striking the individual. He was then taken safely into custody, ultimately transported to the Denver Health Medical Center, where he's currently in serious condition. The additional details that I can share is that there were a number of officers that were in the area when the shots were fired. The single officer fired one shot, striking the individual in an upper extremity. Again, appears to be a non-life-threatening injury. Also occurring in the parking lot was another shooting, so there may have been a back and forth shooting between the individual that the officer encountered and other individuals in the parking lot. So those are things that we're still investigating to determine.
Was anyone injured in that second shooting?
We do believe that there was one individual that was injured in the second shooting, or the shooting that occurred sort of simultaneously. That individual transported himself in the vehicle that he was in to 7-Eleven at about Downing and Lawrence.
What are the next steps for the investigation here? It's approximately 4:20 in the morning. Do you anticipate there'll still be a scene out here for some time?
Yes, and so as you can see, there's a number of cars in this parking lot, but the entire parking lot has been taped off because it's a pretty large crime scene. I mean, there's obviously evidence of a volley of gunshots in addition to the officer-involved shooting. And so I would imagine that this scene will be tied up for another couple of hours while they process the scene, collect evidence, and then probably in a couple of hours at about 6 o'clock this morning or so, I think individuals can come back and get their cars.
If witnesses left the area but might have information or video, what should they do?
Good question. So there were a number of witnesses that were transported to headquarters, to include the individual that flagged the officer down, but anyone else who may have witnessed the incident or taken video of the incident is encouraged to reach out to the Denver Police Department to provide that evidence to us.
And what's the process for investigating the officer-involved shooting?
Another good question. So now that the scene is secured, we are initiating our officer-involved shooting protocol. So there will be investigators from Denver Police Homicide, as well as CBI and Colorado State Patrol. They will do a joint investigation, collect all evidence, and conduct interviews, and then turn that completed investigation over to the District Attorney for their review, and the entire process will be under the oversight of the independent monitor.